Atha Yoga Anushasanam. Namaste. Welcome to Unravel the Thread, a podcast for people who want to apply the Yoga Sutras to yoga practice and to life today. Available online at simple-yoga.org, where you can also find dozens of videos for practice, hundreds of articles, videos for chanting, and guided meditations to enrich your practice. I am Ruben Vázquez, your companion on this journey of exploration. I am grateful for your comments and questions. It really makes my day to know that Unravel the Thread is making a difference in your practice and in your life. This podcast presents excerpts from the book Unravel the Thread, the complete guide for living the Yoga Sutras today. It also offers practices inspired by the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. If you love the podcast and want to support my work as an independent content creator, on the simple-yoga.org website, you can easily donate to keep the podcast going. Today, we will reflect on what to do with what we feel. Feeling. Being alive, we are endowed with the gift of feeling all kinds of sensations. Similarly, we are capable of feeling a wide range of emotions and of thinking thoughts of all kinds. Naturally, we prefer pleasant over unpleasant sensations, emotions, and thoughts. These preferences, when they become encoded in our sense of identity, end up causing suffering in the form of cravings for what we prefer, raga in Sutra 2.7, anxiety at the thoughts of losing what we like, and pain when it is gone. It operates in the same way with the things or experiences that we dislike, dvesha in Sutra 2.8. We invest energy in pushing them away, and we may also feel some anxiety when we suspect that something unpleasant is coming our way. There are a variety of possible approaches for dealing with the feelings, emotions, and sensations we experience. One perspective is to try to ignore what is happening. Perhaps it can be a way to strengthen our will. In the long term, it does not seem to work, especially because there will be always many stimuli that we may find unpleasant or annoying. Another option is distracting ourselves by engaging in some other task or thinking about something else. This is similar to the previous option. Besides, it also develops a habit of trying to ignore the present moment, which is the exact opposite of being aware. Moreover, strengthening our capacity to ignore may weaken our ability to remain present with what actually is happening. A third option is resisting whatever we are feeling. When you try resisting, you might find that the more you resist, the more the annoyance will persist. Quite likely, the resistance may create so much internal struggle that it may end up consuming a lot of our attentional energy. A fourth perspective is trying to manipulate the outside world to avoid experiencing anything we dislike. This is exhausting because we end up trying to anticipate all possible variations to each specific situation. Many of us may become experts at this, perhaps even being able to build a career based on our ability to predict what will happen. However, in addition to generating anxiety and insecurity, sooner or later, we recognize that it is truly impossible to orchestrate the multitude of factors that cause things to be as they are in the moment that we are in. Although this recognition can offer us a sense of defeat and impotence, on the other hand, it may provide a sense of relief when we acknowledge that most of the things outside of us are beyond our control. It may also help us notice that most of us are not very skilled at controlling fully our body, our breath, our thoughts, or our emotions. So, if controlling ourselves fully is so difficult, is it realistic to expect that we can control other people's thoughts, intentions, and actions? Furthermore, if we examine our past predictions, we will realize that we are not very good at predicting the future because life is always changing in a myriad ways without repeating itself. There is another, more empowering option. It is based on understanding that our capacity to feel all kinds of sensations, emotions, and thoughts is a wondrous gift. Why? Imagine that you could only feel one thing. For instance, that you could only taste your favorite flavor, or that you could only feel one emotion. Life would soon become quite boring, monotone, and even what we initially thought was enjoyable would soon stop being pleasant. One important and perhaps essential aspect of life is that it is truly diverse. What would happen if we understood that our body, senses, mind, and emotions are all gifts enabling us to experience life in its complete richness? Would we be more likely to be open to feeling everything? Could an attitude of curiosity contribute to this openness? Some further questions to contemplate. Whenever we feel anything, especially something that is unpleasant or that we dislike, we can ask ourselves, can I actually feel the sensations, emotions I am experiencing? Where are they manifesting? What are their characteristics? Are the sensations, emotions, thoughts constant, or are they changing from one moment to the next? If I stay with these sensations, do they change in intensity? Am I taking these emotions personally? If so, how does this experience define who I am? And if the thought, emotion, or sensation is temporary, does it make sense to define myself by something that pretty soon will no longer be here? If the particulars of the experience, sensations, thoughts, and emotions keep changing, is it possible that what remains is just your awareness? Is your knowing, awareness, or consciousness the continuous thread of your whole life? Is abiding in awareness what Patanjali invites us to explore in Sutra 1.3? Thank you very much for listening. I hope that your exploration this week is enjoyable and that you will join me next week to continue learning more simple and effective techniques. Remember, if you have questions when trying to apply these ideas, do not hesitate to contact me through my website simple-yoga.org. If Unravel the Thread is part of your day and you feel generous, I would appreciate it if you could support my work with a donation at simple-yoga.org. Thank you. And thank you also for your support by subscribing, liking, and sharing. Remember that you can have your own copy of Unravel the Thread. Until next time, Namaste.